Hey, welcome back into today's first video. This evening we'll be having a look at El Nino on the ENSO update page. But this is the weekend forecast, as we always do on a Saturday, having a look at the weather for the week ahead. So starting off very dry and quite chilly. We've got a cold easterly wind down in the south. Other places got light winds, but temperatures are a little bit below average, and we'll have some more frosty nights the next couple of nights. But as we go through into next week, we're going to turn more unsettled again. And we'll bring heavy rain in off the Atlantic Monday into Tuesday. And there could be some gale force winds running down the eastern side of the country on Wednesday. And overall, it looks like it's going to be turning a bit colder again as we go through into the second half of next week. But I'll show you all the detail in a second. Before I get on with that, just say about the ads. There's links to articles on all pages. Guys, over have a browse widgets and click through the links if there's any articles that you're interested in. Thanks so much for doing that. Also, video ads, browse pages, which open up in content we watch them, they'll close back up again. It's helping to pay for our website. So, just starting off with radar picture from the weatheroutlook.com. You find a link to the Weather Outlook on the links page. Well, gloss over this because not much to see. Few showers running down the east coast, but basically it's more or less a universally dry day. Here's the synoptic pressure chart from westcent.de. Find a link to West Central on the links page. And it's a case of high pressure to the north around Iceland, low pressure to the south around Spain. And we're bringing in these easterly winds, and they're quite strong down in the south through the channel. It is feeling really quite cold down there. So for the rest of Saturday, well, we're starting off with a lot of cloud. I think we'll find that breaking up through the course of this afternoon with some sunny spells coming through. Always the best of sunshine in the north and west, and the cloudiest skies in the south and southeast. A few showers running down the east coast. One or two of those could be wintry, maybe a snow flurry somewhere in the south, but essentially it's a dry day. And of course, going to feel cold in the wind in the south. Temperatures will be ranging from around 3 to 7. 3 Celsius for Scotland, 7 Celsius in the south of England. But actually, it'll feel colder in the south than it does in the north, because that's where I've got that easterly wind. The wind chill factor today will be making it feel close to freezing across southern parts of the country. Overnight, we're going to find this ridge building down from the north, so we'll start to lose that easterly wind a little bit in the south. It will keep up a bit, though, so enough of a breeze and some cloud coming and going in the far south, southeast to probably prevent a frost. Will feel cold tonight, but probably won't go too far towards freezing. But really from Wales and the Midlands northwards, it will be a widespread frost tonight, with temperatures widely going down to -3, -4. Some shelter parts of Scotland, northwest England could go down as low as -6, so a really cold night in the north tonight. High pressure bills across the country as we go through into Sunday, so we cut off that easterly wind. Winds will be lighter down in the south, and with sunny spells coming through, I think it'll be quite a pleasant day, really. Temperatures won't be anything exciting, but it's not going to feel too bad. The sun's getting a bit of strength to it now, so quite a pleasant day. It will be almost universally dry again across the country on Sunday. After a frosty start, temperatures rising to around 3 Celsius to 7 Celsius. A very widespread and hard frost sets in on Sunday night. As soon as the sun goes down, the temperatures will plummet, and there'll be a very frosty start to Monday. Monday will see a change, though, as low pressure starts to move in to the north and west. So even first thing in the morning, we could find some cloud and outbreaks of rain across western Scotland and Northern Ireland, maybe preceded by a little bit of sleet or so. Elsewhere, Monday will start off on a really frosty note. And for England and Wales, it'll stay dry with sunny spells gradually being replaced by cloud. But for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, eventually North Wales, it'll turn cloudy and wet through the course of Monday afternoon with outbreaks of quite heavy rain setting in, and there's tight packed ice bars as well, so we're turning windy in the north and the west. This rain could be preceded by snow across the Pennines, and more particularly across the high ground of Scotland, but it will be turning back to rain as milder air moves in off the Atlantic Ocean. Temperatures ranging from around 3 Celsius to 8 Celsius will all turn wet and windy overnight Monday into Tuesday. Tuesday will be dominated by this area of low pressure, so we'll start off on a pretty grim note on Tuesday with outbreaks of heavy rain across the country driven on by strong winds. That rain could linger across the south and southeast for much of the day, actually. So East Anglia, the Midlands, central southern parts of England into the southeast. Expect the rain to take a long time to clear on Tuesday. Elsewhere, it'll turn brighter and showery for Scotland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, Wales. Bright skies will move in with sunshine and showers, and with cold air beginning to tuck in from the northwest, so showers could could start to turn wintry across Scotland. Temperatures in the south will be mild, so there we're looking around 10 to 12, 50 to 54 Fahrenheit. In the north, after a mild start, it will turn colder, with temperatures dropping to around 5 or 6 degrees. Now, this low pressure is running down the North Sea as we go through into Wednesday. Quite an unusual scenario with that, for the low pressure going from the north of Scotland, where it is on Tuesday, to being off the east coast of England and running down the North Sea on Wednesday. You see some very tightly packed isobars there wrapped around an area of low pressure. So it will be a windy day on Wednesday, and the worst of the winds will start off across Scotland, northeast England, then probably move down across England, particularly through Wednesday afternoon, and particularly windy, I think, towards the east coast. But I won't be at all surprised to see gale force winds. Now, this could combine with some high spring tides, and we might have a risk of some flooding down the east coast. It'll be something to keep an eye on. There'll also be outbreaks of rain associated with this area of low pressure, showery bursts of rain, really. And as the wind turns into the north, that could start to turn to sleet or snow, particularly across Scotland and northern England. I think it'll be rain further to the south. Temperatures will be colder on Wednesday as well, and feeling particularly cold and miserable across England and Wales, where we've got this strong northerly wind and outbreaks of showery rain. So temperatures of around 3 to 8 Celsius, but it will feel colder in the wind chill. Now, things start to get a little bit more uncertain as we move into the second half of the week, but I think essentially they're probably going to bring low pressure in from the Atlantic again and move it to the south, probably bring colder air in from the north. So Thursday probably starts off on a dry note. That low pressure that's down the east coast will go overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Thursday will probably start off dry, maybe frosty and icy in places. Much of the country probably staying dry on Thursday, but it is uncertain. Outbreaks of rain eventually moving in with this area of low pressure to the west, possibly preceded by sleet or snow. Temperatures probably ranging from around 3 Celsius to 8 Celsius. Now, what happens with this low pressure is very much open to question for the end of the week, but it looks like it's moving to the south and the east, which starts to turn the winds back in to the north and the northeast again. So Friday, well, it's very hard to pin the detail down, but I would expect outbreaks of rain across much of the country on Friday. With wind turning into the north and the east, expect increasing risk of that rain turning to snow, initially over high ground in the north, possibly coming down to lower levels in the north later on. And even in the south, there could be, I'm saying could be, a little bit of sleet or snow as we get through into the end of the week. Temperatures probably turning colder as well. And then go through into next weekend, very uncertain, but this is turning winds back into the east and the north again. So I expect quite a cold weekend for this first weekend of March. With showers at very least, and many of those could be wintry, especially in the north and the east of the country. Expect a return of night frost as well. But I have to emphasise, from Thursday onwards, the detail in all of this is very, very sketchy. So it will be a case of keeping an eye on what the weather's going to be doing as we get through to the end of the week. Fine, have a look at charts of weather outlook so you see weather in your area over the next week. So a lot of dry weather across the country today, with sunny spells, that cold easterly wind down in the south. Sunday also looking mostly dry day, and winds will be light, so although temperatures will be very similar to what they are today, won't feel as cold, especially in the south. Expect frost early and late. Monday starts off very frosty and dry, but cloud and rain will spread into the north and west through the day. The south and east just about hanging on to dry weather. Tuesday gets off to a wet and windy start across many parts of the country, and that rain could linger on across the south and the east of the country for much of the day. It could take a very long time to clear that rain away from the south. Elsewhere, brighter skies with showers returning to the north and the west. And then really, as we go through into Wednesday, it's a case of showers, longer spells of rain, gale force winds possibly running down the eastern coast, and also a risk of some of that rain turning wintry in the north as well. Thursday and Friday sees more rain coming in, and with colder air digging in, there is an increased risk that some of that rain could start to turn to snow in the north particularly. Detail for the end of the week, though, still to be determined. So, in summary, we're going to be starting off dry and quite chilly for the next couple of days. Then going to turn much more unsettled from Monday onwards. Wet and windy, many of us on Tuesday. and then showers or longer spells of rain for the rest of the week. And as colder air digs in, expect the risk of some sleet or snow, especially in the north. Wednesday looks very windy on the eastern side, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. A lot going on this week, so keep checking back for more. And tonight, remember, this evening, we'll have the latest on El Nino. That's all for now then, and thanks for watching.